The GOAT is the GOAT, it's the give it GOAT. The GOAT is the GOAT, it's the ever GOAT. The GOAT, the GOAT, I got a little tied up on that, but it's the GOAT.
Yeah, Ha is right, okay? Because we are still recovering from that last week episode, okay?
I'm just a nut trying to find me a squirrel.
Squirrel, okay?
Yes, you're still recovering from that last week episode, and I'm still recovering from this week's episode.
Oh, okay, all right, we got it.
All right.
We got it.
So,
Listen, the streets are talking.
Welcome to episode 7 of the GOAT podcast, the GOAT pod. I am your host, Wendell. For those that don't know, I was on the show Survivor, accompanied by my brethren. I got Bryce Isaiah from the Purple Pants podcast in the building.
What's up, herd? I am in the closet with a trench coat, selling Skechers, and excited to be here.
And I have my brother, the one and only son of the legend himself, from the Cookout, founding member, second place in Big Brother 23, the one and only Derek Frazier's in the building.
Thank you so much. And I'm just here to see if there's any armpits I can lick at this point.
Okay, so much is going on. But before we get into it, just shout out to the Heavy Crown Network. I think the podcast that y'all have been putting out these last weeks have been excellent.
Thank you so much.
Continue the amazing work.
Thank you. You know, we wrapped up Survivor, and we're getting ready for that Big Brother season.
Ooh.
Lord, help me, pray for me. It takes up my whole schedule.
All right.
But in other news, we've been, that Reza episode really got people talking. And I just want to make sure everybody know I am always going to be Team Big Brother, and I always will protect my Big Brother people. So I am a diplomat, and I take no sides. I am always going to be Team Davon, and that's what it is. Thank you, Bryce. Okay?
Thank you. The Twitter streets, the comments of the last video. Woo, baby. Time was had.
Yeah,
we had a time.
Y'all. We hear y'all. It's cool. And I'm sure that this week's episode they're gonna be talking too.
This episode this week was so much fun.
It was the best episode of the season.
It was the best episode of the season. We definitely need to talk about it. I loved every minute of it.
Yeah, I loved it too.
So Reza came in last week and he left his machine gun on the floor. And I just want to start this podcast off. Just want to.
This paper one. I cannot believe Davon's one has still made it through all these episodes. It is wild.
I stand justified. And yeah, we could y'all get to the episode, but I just want to. Derek asked me to rate Wendell's performance on the GOAT.
Could you rate Wendell from Survivor winner of 2 seasons, okay? Now on this season of the GOAT, what was his performance, Bryce? Could you give us a score from 1 to 10?
And I mean, a lot has happened. Spoiler alert. This isn't the best episode for Wendeezy, but I want to say episode 2, we had a debate and you were going back and forth with me. And I just felt like I was not.
What was the debate?
The debate was Davon during the talent show. She was flexing. She
playing too early.
Playing too early. It's too early. Playing too early. Maybe you weren't playing early enough. Okay. Reza last week kept saying the nut and the squirrel, but listen, Davon is a bird In this episode, Wendell was the worm. All right, okay. It's okay.
Hey,
just
hey,
saying.
Bryce. Hey, Bryce. How did you do on the GOAT? Hey, Bryce. I didn't know that this was the series finale of the GOAT. Hey, Bryce. Hey, Bryce. If we're comparing the GOAT to Survivor, which we always do, one might call this the merge because the game done changed. And look, I made it through the merge again. Hey, Bryce. Bryce.
Hey, Wendell. Hey, Wendell.
Bryce,
Your
have you
statistics.
ever
Your
lived a
statistics you've now been on 3 reality shows. You've won one, and you won one show, but your rate at winning now
is
a little different now because winners at war. Where's your buff? Winners at war. Winners at war.
Hold on a second, Bryce.
Winners at war. Winners at war. Winners at war. Winners at war buff. Okay.
I'm gonna lay comfortably under this blanket of money over here. This check from
but
this
listen,
GOAT show.
That's fine, but and the number on it is 5,000, not 200,000.
Yeah, but it's pretty comparable to what you made on Survivor, if I'm not mistaken.
No. And the reason why I am pissed, and again, this episode, Resident set the tone. DZ is my best friend. I prepared him before he went out, giving him words of encouragement. He promised me he would get the money and I would have a pool at his house that I would be able to swim in. And I am, in the words of Liz the Survivor, I am pissed.
Yes. I have seen you fuck up all the time.
Okay. And the words of Tyra Banks, we were rooting for you.
You weren't. Neither one of you were
rooting for you. And now I have to get back in that cold bath pool that you have for the rest of this summer. We're supposed to be building a pool. All because you ain't want to play the game. All because you wanted to be diplomatic. All because you wanted to say last episode because Derek rewind the episode. People that throw challenges, they don't get favorable outcome. I don't think that's true, Wendell. How did you do a Kagion, Bryce? Press fast forward.
Because keep in mind, because Reza said, Wendell is just so great in the house. He's such a diplomat, and he is just so great for the game. Everybody that's come on this podcast, Reza, Jason, Wendell is so good, and he was just so good at teaching us how to play the game. While you over here teaching these people how to play the game, Davon's over here playing the game.
Okay.
Now, we get into episode 7, which the theme is about.
Oh no!
He mad now.
Oh no! Y'all have to talk y'all stuff. Cool. That's cool. And I know y'all are such good friends with Davon. Why don't y'all just call her to come talk to us? Y'all are such good. Just call her to come talk to us on the pod next week.
I would, but she is too busy currently playing the game of the GOAT.
That's the one.
Your schedule is free.
Secondly, she's still in the game and I'm not. Kudos to Davon. Good job. Davon is a great player. I'll give her that.
Do you take back any words from last week about throwing challenges? They don't end up with
Bryce. I want to make my stance clear. What I was saying last week, I was asking Derek a question. Is this a successful strategy in Big Brother? Because like I said a few weeks ago, I want to understand the people that are coming in here. If you're coming from a world where throwing challenges is an effective strategy, then I understand where you're coming from. In Survivor, it's not an effective strategy. Yes.
In the GOAT, is it?
Huh?
In the GOAT, is it?
Every time a challenge was thrown in the GOAT, it bit her in the butt.
But whose butt is bit now?
Yes, I happen to be gone. Of course. Yeah, that makes sense. Take your shot at a big threat when you could take your shot at a big threat. That makes sense. That is a good move from everybody, especially in an individual game, because it's post-merge. Again, you don't know what a merge is, but it's post-merge. So yeah, it's smart to take out when you have a direct shot at a good player, take them out. Kudos. It doesn't require a brilliant strategist to think of that. And you got Jill Zarin, who is a brilliant strategist in the game, taking those shots.
Yeah.
And the morning of this episode said, Wendell, it was you or Reza.
Which was wild to me when she said that to you.
The way you clocked that T, I said Wendell been around the games for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah, he has.
The way you clocked that T and did not let it up, and the way Jill Zarin tried to break dance away from it,
and she was like, "You're not gonna let that go, are you?"
I'm only saying that because you in front of me.
And the thing is, like, I love Jill. That's the thing. It's like, I love Jill. So she's saying that, and I understand game-wise, yeah, it's me or Reza. I get it. Cool. I would still sit at the end with you, Jill. Like, and I'd still come visit you in the Hamptons. And outside this game, which we're both playing very hard, I still rock with you. So yeah, you can slip up and let me know that it was me or Reza. I can bust your balls a little bit, and we could still like hug, or whatever.
You keep saying that you would sit at the end with her, but I don't think that that's possible.
Fuck. We get into this challenge, guys.
But also, the way that Jill was flexing her muscles this episode, like, here's you or Reza.
Well, right before this challenge, Tosh comes in and announces a format change.
And he lets them know that it's an individual game. There's no more teams. And also the theme of this week or today or whatever it is game shows. So it's all about game shows. And Wendell, you love game shows because this is your third game show.
No, I don't love game shows. I like competition shows.
So to be clear, in Survivor, when it's no longer a team, it's no longer tribe against tribe, and it's individual, what does that normally signify?
The merge.
Okay. All I want to know.
Yeah, me too. Because, and I know that you asked that question because you don't know what the hell a merge is.
Okay, and clearly you don't know what the next episode after the merge is.
Neither do you.
Okay, I'm just saying.
So Tosh, I want to talk about Tosh, guys. Tosh is dressed up as Guy Fieri. Do you guys know who Guy Fieri is?
I always think I get him confused with the guy that goes around eating the hamburgers from each food city. Like, that is who I always get Guy Fieri confused with.
No, that's who Guy Fieri is.
No, okay, then yes, I do know who he is.
Yeah, so he's dressed up as Guy Fieri. This GOAT challenge is called
Fieri? Isn't it Fieri?
Probably so. Thank you for correcting me, Wendell.
Derek, how did you say it?
Fieri.
Okay, and you got second place?
Yeah.
Okay, so okay.
Let us know in the comments, people.
Thank you so much for acknowledging what place I got. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, the GOAT challenge is called Count the Seconds. This is what Wendell needs to win because he knows his ass is on the chopping block. Because, like Jill said, who's the greatest competitor on this show besides Davon, it was either you or Reza. So we just wanted to make sure we called that out. The goal is for them to get the closest to 60 seconds. There's going to be distractions, all these crazy things happening.
Now, Josh, in this, while the challenge was going on,
no, only icons get those type of things, Wendell, not you. Nope.
Some of the strategy going into this was interesting, but as much as I love Joe, and the thought of his silhouette makes me want to just drop my grocery bag and go crazy.
Okay.
As a competitor, his strategy was pissing me off though a little bit, right?
It was
Like,
brilliant.
I mean, it was, but it wasn't. Like, it was brilliant, but for me, I was a little like, ugh.
So his strategy is to go count to 60, but if you go before him and it's within 60, go immediately, right?
So it is safe to say that if you were facing him in this challenge, you would his buzzer would be after yours.
Joe's?
Mm-hmm. If y'all right going neck and neck, that never happened. But if you're going neck and neck,
Nah, mine would probably be before his. His strategy is to go right after someone. It's brilliant.
Yeah, because you're not making the connection that I'm trying to put down. But
what's he trying to say, Derek?
That you would go before Joe, and that is the truth.
That you would be out the game before Joe. That is what he's saying. See, icons like me understand that, you know.
So y'all take this whole season to make fun of me, despite my ups and downs, despite this money I'm taking home to build my little small pool.
We haven't made fun of you this whole season. We have been very supportive.
In my boot episode,
it's just that
you dog pile. I got it.
The pendulum
as if the internet haven't said enough over these last few weeks. 7, 8
weeks.
Baby. As if the internets haven't said enough. My own people are dogpiling.
We got you though. We just wish you would have listened.
Feel free to hate on me because you know why?
You're not the okay, you're thankful.
Thankful. You should be thankful. You have listened. You did fantastic. I wish you would have talked to me before you went into this journey, because I know Bryce might have a little bit of knowledge. He made it to maybe episode 3, but other than that, I just wish you would have talked to someone who could have gave you a little bit more insight.
Well, Derek, you did talk to Jared before he went out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Listen, I did talk to. Let me tell you something. I don't know. But Jared, unfortunately, don't know how to keep his penis in his pants. And that's the issue.
No.
But don't worry, because I only talk to winners.
Oh, then who did you talk to?
Okay, who did you talk to?
Because I don't know who wanted to talk to you.
You should have talked to the person Devon talked to, because I'm calling it now.
Right. I would have told you. I would have said
now.
Yeah, because I would have been like,
all right.
If somebody from Big Brother's there, let me tell you what you need to do.
So, but I did think this challenge was fun. I think that this is a challenge that can be played in Survivor in some format, and I definitely think this is a
Bryce, Bryce, where did they play the challenge at, Bryce? Oh my God, we don't even know.
We don't, but I'm my if I'm a betting man, the front yard.
I don't say the front yard. If I'm a betting man, I think they play on the side of the house this time.
Okay.
Just the layout, how you can tell, it looked like the side and the view and where the sun was coming out. Because keep in mind, Ludacris is next door. So you could see his house in the back of this episode over the fence. So I know it was definitely the side.
We played in Ludacris's yard. Thank you.
And I guess you stayed there.
Okay. So this is a fun challenge. I do also have to say, with this season going on, I love all the different challenges you guys are having, because they're very simple and they're stuff that people can play with their families in the backyard of their house. And I love them. This is fun. 60 seconds to win it. I mean, think about it. There's a show that's literally 60 seconds to win it. So it was right out of their playbook.
You could play it at a family reunion, sitting on the benches
or the schools.
So Joe does a great job at this challenge. His strategy is to buzz right after whoever buzzes, and he wins the challenge by doing that. And
he really does. Yeah.
Good job. Kudos to Joe for thinking up that strategy and employing it. He did a great job. Joe wins. This means Joe gets to pick someone that is automatically on the hot seat. With this format change, now whoever wins the GOAT picks someone, they're automatically on the hot seat. The next day, whoever loses is then with that person on the hot seat, and now it's between two people alone. Joe picks Wendell, which I think is a
No. Wendell made a big mistake. Wendell made a big mistake a long time ago when he decided to target
Bryce. So we're gonna be fired after this episode. Like we thought we were gonna get fired 2 episodes ago. This is the one we're not gonna be on next week's episode. I'm gonna tell you that. Listen, can I ask you what you were thinking when Joe won? Wendell, like, give me your straight reaction, like your first thought. Don't give me no diplomat answer. What was your first thing?
Smiling the whole way through it, like y'all saw it.
You didn't think, oh shit. You didn't think.
No, I was like, I know what's happening. Here's what I thought. I know what's happening. I had to win today. He got me on the hot seat. Now I got to win tomorrow.
Can we just test your knowledge, Wendell? So I have where are we at? I have a stopwatch. I have a stopwatch on my phone.
Oh,
I want you to put your thumbs up.
Okay.
10 seconds. Let's just like test your accuracy.
So go like this at 10 seconds.
Correct. And
I'm
gonna press start at 1, 2, 3, start.
Okay.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, start.
Okay. How many seconds was that? Okay. Show me right now.
No, I'm screenshotting it. Derek, I'm going to ask you to do the same thing.
Oh, I like this. This is fun. Okay.
One, first of all, Wendell, why did Derek just get so excited?
He already got his thumbs up.
So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, start. Okay. 1, 2, 3, start.
I beat your behind. You got mollywopped. You're out of here first. I shouldn't have pre-gamed with you. You're gone. That was about 7 seconds.
So Wendeezy had a score of 10.83. The originator of the cookout, the runner-up of season 23,
is the runner-up in this too.
His score was 8.86. Now, historically, in a game like this, it would be the person that gets the closest without going over.
And you went over.
But
I won! Yes! Just like I told you! You thought you were the shit! I won! Now, bitch!
Take a breather. First of all, Bryce said historically. Second of all, Bryce didn't give us rules. Third of all, Bryce has something to say.
But in this actual game of GOAT that they played, it was actually who gets it closer to 10. From what I believe, because at one point somebody was like 10.61 and 10.63, but I guess it was the person that was 10.61. So technically, Derek
lost. Now
you've won the challenge.
Who won?
Thank you.
I mean, like, so what were the actual rules in the GOAT? Because
Thank you. I don't know why he's.
I don't know what the actual rules were in the GOAT, but you're gonna have to explain the rules before you give a challenge. But the other thing is this. The other thing is this,
the challenge that you just played on the show.
No, what I'm saying is Bryce should have explained the rules first. But the other thing is this. The other thing is this. The other thing is this. All right, here's what we'll do. We'll do. Derek, don't do this because, all right, you know what? Bryce, can we do 20 seconds?
20 seconds.
You don't got a lot of time for 20 seconds.
Okay,
whatever. Come on.
You know what?
Derek, give me the distractions.
This is his boot episode. So, Derek, let's try to,
Okay.
Okay,
so, we could do. I'll only say this to you. I'll only say this to you, simpletons. In a time challenge, when we have a recording going on, and you could just look at the top left of our screen and see the little red dot recording with a timer on it.
I wasn't even looking at that.
You
So
guys
look
are
at that.
You know what? See, you know what? That's the problem, Wendell. The integrity of the game. I don't
Yeah,
like
I was
people
being
like
honest.
you
I wasn't even
that
looking at that.
cheat, that like are deceptive.
You were cheating. I
I
don't
feel
want to
like
play.
the
I don't want to play with him.
the
He's such a
outcome is
cheater.
never.
No
it's
one's
never
even looking at
favorable.
that. I'm over here like looking at you guys. He's over here looking at the timer.
So-
He's a cheater. That's why you always get Wendell out as soon as you can. He's always finding a
don't
way
deserve that.
to get out. But look what happened. He
That
got out
actually
this
is
episode,
so-
and
that
look
is
what happened.
smart.
Let's continue. Let's get to
staring
the
at the
best part
timer.
of the
It was
episode.
24:09 to 24:19.
That,
And if
that's
you would've
actually
said-
really smart.
If you would have said the rule to go, it's whoever stopped before, I would have stopped at 9 seconds. Then when Derek started and he ended at 7 seconds, I was like, it's a wrap for this.
I
one.
didn't end that 7 seconds. You know
Yeah,
what?
according to
Listen.
Bryce, it was 8.8, whatever. Regardless,
Joe wins the competition of the GOAT. He decides to pick Wendell because Wendell was not playing the game early on like he should have. So now Wendell has one opportunity because now the rules have changed. There is an opportunity, which it kind of reminds me of the veto, where if Wendell can win the next competition, he can take himself off, but he can also put somebody else up in his place.
What I will give you credit for, Wendell, is that you are a clear competitor. You are definitely a diplomat in this season. And to see someone like Joe be so shooketh that in the actual challenge you could win, I think honestly speaks to your competitive nature and to how much of a beast you were in that challenge. I will give you that because Joe was shaking it. He was shaking in his plastic bag.
if that is a compliment, thank you, Bryce. It only took us 7 weeks to get here.
I think, listen, I've given you plenty of compliments. I told you, listen, okay, if I haven't, let me give you a compliment. Oh, the problem is that all the other gays that we've had on the show keep giving you compliment, and your ego is so big that me and Bryce got to bring you down sometimes. But let me say this, okay? I think that, yes, you are a threat. You are a competitor. That is why people are always going to come at you first, because you are good social-wise. You are good physical-wise. I mean, I haven't seen you hit anybody physical, so I'm not going to really hype you up too much. But you are good at what these challenges, and I'm proud of you, and I think you did fantastic this season. It was a pleasure of you giving your services, because you did provide service. You taught a lot of these other players how to play this game, how to sit there and like strategize, and as you can see, you made an impact. Based on so far the guests that we have had and how people have talked about you, you have did fantastic. So you are a great competitor. If I've never said that out of the years of me knowing you, I am now saying it now after watching you once again on a competition show.
Y'all see my ADHD kicking in. I gotta fix my course. Derek, Derek, I appreciate the words.
I thought it was
I'm thankful.
I thought it was really interesting. At nighttime, CJ decides to play a game. I was confused at first because I'm like, oh, is it a challenge? Because it looks like where y'all was outside hanging out was where y'all do the challenges at. But I thought
We went to a private pool. It was actually, you know whose pool that was?
Shaq.
Trae Young's pool.
Oh. Okay, I can get down with the Trae Young.
Yes.
I think the game was really fun. I liked hearing about people's experiences. We see you open up a little bit. You know, you've been not really talking about your personal life too much in front of the GOATs. And I thought that it was like you talked about, like, you know, your personal life, what you're expecting and all this stuff. And it's like, you know, people were appreciating you being so open. And so I thought that that was like great of us to see the real you and to see you like talking about things that you're excited about. But Day wasn't buying it. Day said, not today. Was that so? My question to you, I guess, is like in that moment, was it just the atmosphere of like these people you've been in this house with for this point, and it's like, you know what, these are my people. Let's open the sharing is caring table with them.
Yeah, I thought it was just time to just share. I thought it was time to share. So I was willing to share it with them. I mean, if I'm being super upfront, we got our phones at night. we could check people's Instagrams. I'm sure they saw, like, they could have very well done their research and saw that we were expecting. So I just thought it's getting later in the season. This is, a cool moment. Let me open up a little bit. And it was good. Now, granted, I got voted out the next day, and as more people started getting voted out, I started to get word that me withhold, like, some people use that as Wendell is deceptive because he's hiding this part of his life from me. Some people use that as game, which I don't think that shows me as being deceptive, but it certainly was game to not share that with them. I wanted to share it with them like late in the game, like I did. I would have preferred to share it at like a final speech or something like that. At this point, we don't know what the final looks like. We don't know if it's going to be a competition to win. We don't know if it's going to be a final, like Tribal is final 3 at the Tribal. Jeremy announced that him and Val were expecting. That's what I was kind of trying to do. So I wanted to hold it until later in the game.
We don't know what a final looks like, but if I was a betting person, I would bet I know where the final was at.
Yeah, we're scaling City Hall in Atlanta.
Well, that's information that we now know that you would not have.
You would not have.
So,
I also love that CJ is talking about, she opens up a lot too. She is talking about being bullied, having 2 dads. Like, I really am enjoying CJ this season. I don't think we're giving her a lot of flowers. She deserves a lot of flowers. She is a competitor. She is a threat. And I love that she's like explaining that in her green screen moments, to the point that she starts buttering up, because keep in mind, CJ was working with Wendell and the gays and things like that, and now she's like, I have to start buttering up to the girls again because the girls are controlling this game. And I think it was really, really interesting to see, and I love CJ, and I hope to meet her one day, because I love to see her on this, especially going from Fuckboy Island to this is great.
I agree. I think she is super great. Can I ask you guys a question about rules and compliance?
Sure.
Yeah. What's your question?
So I wonder in Big Brother and in Survivor, while on an off day in Big Brother and while an off day in Survivor, we're on the island, if someone injures themselves.
I mean, if you injure yourself, I have to go to the diary room and explain my injury, and then they will send in a medic if it's something bad.
Do you think,
which I had an injury, so yeah.
So what's your thoughts on getting these cortisone shots, leaving the house, getting these cortisone shots, and coming back? I would like to know.
It's giving. I have money. It's giving I'm a housewife. I'm sorry. It's giving I'm a housewife. Okay?
And so because it's Jill, I'm not mad, but I'm just wondering, like, where are the aunties at the barbecue that are the compliance? Like, I wonder, like, what's your thoughts, Wendell?
I think that Jill Zarin, she's like if you take a little snowball and push it down a mountain. At this point in the game, she's like, it's the snowball effect. She's got a lot of momentum, and not only does she have momentum in the game, but that has to do with like production and other things. At this point, Jill Zarin is having things shipped to the house. She's having Gary, her other half, sent her a whole pickleball set so we can pickleball in the front yard, and they own a pickleball like racket company, athletic company. She's having clothes shipped to her, Louis Vuitton and this and that. Jill Zarin is like the queen of the house, and I think production understood that, like, we ain't gonna let no little back injury take the queen out of the house.
I
So-
agree. I agree.
So and no one is gonna tell Jill like, nah, you're out because of your back. No one, not a player, no producer. Jill is above everyone. So she wakes up or she feels something in her back. She says, "What?" She's telling people what to do. Joe, do this. You do that. Do that. Get Phaedra on the phone. Yo,
When she told, and she goes, I gotta, there's somebody to get me these cortisone shots. Who lives in Atlanta? Oh, my sister, Phaedra Parks.
She's on Married to Medicine.
She's
and
she
really got
did.
up. We all walked Jill to the car. We delivered her into the car, and Jill disappeared. And then we got to get ready for a challenge.
Can I tell you where production messed up here?
I love that we saw production once again. I love seeing production like interacting with the house guests. I love it.
Because I feel like now that we're watching the show, I feel like they're showing us everything. And I feel like last episode, when Reza was fighting for his life, he went into the hair and makeup room, the no-no room, right? And clearly in the hair and makeup room, we could see Jill and Devon getting made up and like, okay, so we see that there's a process. So I just felt like as a viewer watching this on my Amazon Prime, laying in my bed, and everybody like, oh, I don't know if Jill is coming or not. Baby, when Jill walked out there with her back brace, baby, the face was on. The hair, hold on, because Jill walked out there. Okay. Jill
Show us.
walked out
Show
there.
us.
Okay. Hold on, wait, time. Hold on, wait. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds.
Because Jill said, I don't care if a car runs me over. I don't care. I'm going to be here. I'm not going to not be at this game. Jill's like, I am here. I am a competitor. Okay.
Okay. So, Derek, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
You be Devon.
Okay.
I don't know if Jill is coming. Hold on, give me 2 seconds.
Because Tosh goes, yeah, I'm really excited for this competition or whatever. And then Devon goes, well, if Jill was here, she would take care of you or kiss you or whatever.
No, he said if Jill doesn't come, then she's automatically on the hot seat with Wendell. She loses and automatically on the hot seat with Wendell.
2 seconds later.
She was looking over the banister like
it's the lift for me.
Okay, hair blowing in the wind, blown out.
It's in the back brace. Hey y'all.
Hey, you think I'm gonna miss this? Okay. Now, Jill, how the hell you had time to go to hair and makeup? Put the back brace on over your clothes.
and she was like,
hey, Joe, come help me down the steps.
Okay, I'm telling you, I'm cracked up because she said, I'm here to do this challenge called the Wheel of Misfortune. Okay, I can't believe she had this brace on. I'm pretty shocked. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, Joe, you need to like tap out. She had this whole brace on. I couldn't believe it. So the Wheel of Misfortune, it sounds exactly how it is. It looks like you're going to have to eat whatever, some crazy stuff, nasty stuff, spicy stuff, sugar stuff. I don't even know.
Yeah. So first we have Joe. It's at random who goes first.
I was
And
nervous
Joe,
for you, Wendell.
I was nervous for me.
I saw cockroaches on there and I was like, oh my God. Y'all think Wendell is great at everything, but he does not like creepy crawlers. He don't like mice. He don't like it. And I was like, oh my God.
And the winner gets 5,000.
Did we know that though? Did we know that?
Did we know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he must have said that. So yeah, Bryce, you're right, brother.
I was nervous.
So Joe gets drawn first. You have to. His is the cockroaches. And what a challenge to start off with. This is the scariest thing ever. These giant hissing cockroaches that stink, a bunch of them in a glass jar, and he has to go in there with his face and grab 3 little goats. I would have been out
with his mouth, which is disgusting.
I couldn't do it with my hand.
Call me a cockroach. Come get me. I mean, no, call me a goat. Come get me, Joe.
So Joe completes his, and then he picks. Of course, he gets to pick who's next. Of course, he picks me because he wants me out of there. And I spin, and it's Reaper hot pepper something or other sprinkled with extra hot pepper death.
Can I
whatever.
ask you a question?
I think we're gonna ask the same question.
How is the ring on your asshole doing?
Yeah, how was it? Because the
Oh,
way
Lord
that Jason
Jesus.
says this, his asshole gonna be on fire.
It was the description that Jason gave. Oh, Lord Jesus. The ring on your asshole's going to be ringing. Well, Jason, tell me you ate a couple of them hot peppers before. But have you guys ever eaten a bag of hot Cheetos?
No, because I
and
don't
the
like
next
hot
morning, you'll be like, oh, why, where is this lava coming from?
stuff. No lava.
Oh,
How bad was it, Wendell? Be honest.
okay.
Did you feel it in your intestines as soon as you?
So I was trying to take it like a real one as far as eating it.
I saw that.
I was just like, the faster the better. Because now it is do or die for me. I know if I lose, I'm going home. So what I want to do is I want to eat it so fast and with so much like power as far as looking straight at them. Like, yo, y'all aren't touching me. I wanted to like almost instill that fear. So yeah, I ate it. I took it like a real one. As soon as I sat down, I started feeling everything, my mouth, my face, and I'm like dying. I'm like, can't take it like a real one anymore. So I'm drinking my water. They start giving me milk. I'm drinking, and I'm just like, my face is just going through it. And I'm like, trying to breathe the heat out. It was death. And then death came a second time when I had to, when it had to pass on. So
Oh my
it was a bad start. And if I'm starting with something that is going to cripple me for the rest of the day, that's a severe handicap. Anyway, I ate my hot pepper very fast. Davon then gets a cup of Dijon mustard.
Which I would have loved that. And the way that she was acting, I was like, girl, it's just mustard. Like, I was mad. I was like, I would love that.
Jill gets spicy rice. Her first one. She's out of there.
Trying to bend over to eat the rice. She
Poor Jilly. I love you, Jilly. CJ gets sweetened milk fat, which in other words is called
ice
ice
cream.
cream.
Love that.
Pal gets between the bread.
What was that sandwich?
Bro, if you just take a sandwich and take everything out of your refrigerator and throw it in there, there was just everything disgusting in it. And I can see how someone can't get that down in a minute. Unless you like take the bread, eat that separate, take the pickle, eat that separate, take whatever it's like all the random nasty everything. It looked gross. But she was fighting it. She was like going through it. And then we move on to your good friend, Lord Honey Child, Sweet Jason, and his butter stick.
Listen, he ate a stick of butter. I don't blame him. We all probably eat a stick of butter when we don't even know it. In 1 week, we probably do with the amount of food we eat. So that's nothing.
He was very thankful that he got that butter stick. I don't know if he was thinking of a butter stick while he was
looking somebody in the eyes. Now we know why the alliance is working so well.
Okay.
Day then gets something called PU. And
it's funny like butter.
It's funny how she compared me to peanut butter. And in this challenge, she gets a chunk of peanut butter with actual peas in it. She gets her chunky pea. You asked for your chunky peanut butter day. You got your chunky peanut butter.
Here's my thing, though, right? And I'm not just taking up because, I love Davon, but I do feel like some of the times for some of these challenges should have been extended because, like, y'all can't drink anything. Like,
no, No. So what you're
Fellas.
saying is some of these things are just physically impossible to do in that
Right.
amount of time. Yeah, which is
Okay.
you're setting me up for a fail. Like that ain't right. You know, so it's either give her a smaller quantity of the peanut butter, but don't give these people something that's impossible. You can't swallow that amount of
You can't swallow that amount of peanut butter.
Yeah. That ain't.
That was wrong.
But then the
She's
question
DQ.
is like, all right, like how many rounds will this go if you just have stuff that people can physically do? They're gonna go all out to make it happen. But if you keep on spinning them ghost peppers, somebody going to die.
True.
So yeah, I think they were like, all right, we're gonna throw some things that are actually physically impossible to get people out of this and to make for good TV.
I mean, I like to say that I'm a connoisseur, and I like to say I've had a glizzy or two in my mouth, but I can't honestly say I've had 3 glizzies in my mouth.
We aren't at the glizzy portion yet.
Oh.
Day is out with the peanut butter. Joe gets spicy rice. He's out. CJ gets pickles and ice. She's out. The final 2 are Wendell and Jason.
And what do you get?
What you get?
You was stuffing them glizzies.
I forgot what I got.
No, don't you forget my
on that. How are they gonna make?
See?
Think about the glizzy.
You got to breathe through your nose. You got to relax your throat.
Yeah.
You would not relax in your throat.
It's okay to throw up in your mouth a little bit.
Right. It's okay.
Give me the glizzy.
I love that they gave you 3 hot dogs. As soon as I saw it, I said, me and Bryce are going to have a field day with us. You had 3 hot dogs. That is a shame. You know what? Now you know what it feels like. Now you know what we go through. You should have asked for some advice. Now, next time, relax your throat, breathe through your nose. It's okay if the little spit come up.
Now that's an ally. Now that's an ally.
Now that's an ally. Now you're officially an ally.
Right?
Wendell is an ally for us, and we're so proud of you.
What I couldn't help but wonder, though, was like, while he was eating those glizzies, were those Skechers on your feet? It's like,
they set me up for failure.
Why does he got Skechers? Interesting. Okay. Now what? Now the conversations that Rizza and the ladies were having upstairs are making a lot of sense.
A lot of sense.
What would
Jason
you do
wins.
with those Skechers? Nonetheless, I can't get the 3 glizzies.
Oh.
You know what? Nonetheless, I don't win. I lose to Jason.
Damn.
Jason wins, and yes. So now we're back at the house. I know that it's either me or Jill going home tonight. So now I got a politic. I'm running around. I'm talking to my people. I'm trying to make something happen.
And Jill also playing the game, trying to play the victim game because she's like, maybe I should quit because of my back and all this other stuff. I should just quit.
Yeah.
What I did love about this, right before we get back to the backyard, I love to actually, like, when you got activated and we could see you talking to people, it reminded me of Survivor, like when you're in scramble mode. And I feel like a lot on this show, we don't really get to see a lot of scramble mode, maybe because people aren't scrambling. I don't know. But I liked actually seeing you parlay and, you know, try to save your life. I was like, okay, this is like, I like this aspect of it.
You don't give up. You know, you don't give up. You play until the last buzzer. That's it. You keep going. And the writing was on the wall for me, and you could see that in my little speech at the end. It was so obvious and clear, but I wanted to go until the buzzer. And so I went, I talked to everybody. I preach on Survivor. You go, you talk to everyone at all times. But the morning before Tribal, you know, you always talk to everyone. How could I not go out like that? So I tried it, and it was clear, like my conversations were pretty clear that like people were whatever. And I actually when I talked to CJ, who we had been on the same page for a while, I was like, yo, if votes are going to me, just put it on me, you know, like don't tank your game to, you know, show alliance to your friend or whatever. And I don't know if I said that to to Jason because he had already flipped on the fellas, unbeknownst to a lot of people. But yeah, so we get down to the ultimation. Obviously, I get all the votes except for my own. And
where was the ultimation at this time?
This one,
especially for you, this
was a big one.
Yeah,
this was at CNN. So like, it's crazy. Like they actually brought us down there, and that's right next to the Hawks Stadium. They brought us to CNN for this one. They were like, "Yo, we know that it's something. It's either the best player in the house is going home tonight, Jill Zarin, or a good player is going home tonight, Wendell Holland." So they set us up on these chairs in CNN. I'm holding her hand because it's like, yo, Jill, I love you. Like, you're a great, great person. And so I'm holding her hand. I'm taking all these votes. I know I'm going home. And then Don Lemon came out and he was like,
that was that. You should have knew right there. Because that's why did they put you in his dressing room?
He was like, yeah, that's where I put my jacket on. So then Don was like, you know, do you have some parting words? And I just, I told everyone that it was a good, it was a good run. It was fun. And I'm glad to leave here with many friends. And
I think you accomplished that. You definitely did.
Walk.
Yeah, you definitely accomplished that. You made so many friends because you were not playing the game, and Davon was. So yeah.
So Davon got me out of there. Davon got me out of there. Episode 7. I guess it's the finale. I guess Davon is the winner of the GOAT, and I'm gone, and you guys need to go ahead and shower her with champagne. And to her credit, she's a great player. And going forward,
the advice you gave her, I think that you should give yourself. The pendulum swings, but it always swings back.
Davon got me out. Her and her allies got me out. And, it makes sense to gun for players.
Does
it
go ahead hurt any less that somebody that was in the hospital could that they kept cortisone Jill over you?
Yeah. It just proves that I think she said something to the effect of, I'm a 50 plus housewife, and I just took out a Survivor winner, so I outplayed him. We have Joe saying a Bachelor just took out a Survivor, which proves he was on the harder show. Davon's still in it, which proves that she was on a better show.
Say it again.
Say it again. Jason, Food Network, he was on a harder show.
Tater Salad hit.
We got CJ F-Boy Island. That was a much tougher show. Hey, they're in it. Pal, 90 Day Fiance, much tougher show. So, hey, they outplayed me. They sent me home. They're still in the game, and there's a lot of game to be played. I had an awesome time in the GOAT, and what I will say is that, like, you can play as hard as you want. You can, you can be in it for the money, whatever. I would have loved to win that $200,000 for, little Wenny, but I think that, like, I did say I'm leaving with friends, and I think those relationships are going to take me a long way.
Yeah, I'm very proud of you, though. You definitely made Philly, happy. I think you did great, and I'm just happy for you, brother. It's just good to see you do that.
Go ahead, talk your ish. I'm not. Go ahead.
No, there's no ish.
I want y'all to stomp on me on my way out. Paul.
No, listen. You did good. You just didn't listen. You should have played early, and you should have made different moves than what you made, and that's what got you to where you are. This is a whole different game. This wasn't a game that you could rely on your physical physique to win win yourself there or win the immunity or whatever. You weren't able to do that this time around. You had to really rely on social and. You had it in the beginning, but you fumbled the bag, and Davon picked up the bag and was like, "What she do, Bryce?" That's just what it is.
What I will say is, for this being season 1, I definitely think you single-handedly changed the trajectory of this season and how hopefully we have more seasons than this, but I think that you definitely changed the trajectory of how this season was going to go without you. And I think if any more seasons will definitely be changed because you were out there. So are
you calling me Q?
I don't know if you was Q, but you definitely changed the landscape of this game. And you just being the person that you were out there, I think just changed a lot. And it was like really good to see you get in, be yourself, have fun. And so all jokes aside though, although you did not win, I think that you did a good job, and I'm still proud of you.
Me too.
I appreciate y'all. I know I didn't take it home. I know we got a couple episodes left, but I played the game the game that I know. I played my best game. I gave it my all. So yeah, very thankful to be a part of it. And very excited to see where the rest of this season goes.
Me too. And I also learned, just so you guys know, my last thought, if there is a season 2, I will not be calling any of you two because the advice that you gave him, Bryce, it did not work. And Wendell, you did not play the game. So sounds like I need to just talk to people in Big Brother because Survivor players didn't do good.
Maybe Wendell should have called Xavier.
I know you fucking dirty ass hoe bag. You hoe bag, as Liz said. You hoe bag. You see you ate all day.
Thank you for watching.
Wendell, before we leave this episode, could you please fulfill Derek's and I's fantasy and let us know what the end of the driveway looks like?
All right, I'll give you some inside goat.
Because you put the goat in the melted thing.
Yeah. You put it. You put it on the smoker.
The slow cooker.
The slow cooker.
There's a gate. There's a gate at the end of the driveway, and it's like I think it might be like 16 or 30 acres of land. So you walk up it, and then you see the gate. And every morning, a lot of mornings, we would walk around the property just to stretch our legs and stuff because it's such a big, massive estate, And yeah, good times in the Goat Manor. Thank you for tuning into episode 7 of the Goat Pod. Goat Pod. I'm still the goat, though I'm not the goat. Thank you, Bryce. Thank you, Derek. We will see you next week for episode 8. Peace.
The GOAT is the GOAT. It's the give it GOAT. The GOAT is the GOAT. It's the ever GOAT. The GOAT. I got a little tied up on that, but it's the GOAT.